Welcome back. We're picking up our discussions on various current events, and joining me again is Mike Patton and Michelle Simard. Again, Michelle joining me from looks like Disney World or something. Anyways, thank you so much both for being here. Let's shift gears. We're talking about something very serious. I mean, all these topics are very serious, but let's talk about something happening to an Ontario city councillor. So I found this very bizarre, and sometimes you might suggest topics. I found this one. This caught my eye. The city councillor has been suspended for trying to restrict and remove the city's support for a drag queen story hours and the pride flag. And the policies that she wanted to put forward were deemed transphobic and homophobic, ergo she got suspended. Mike, why don't you start and unpack us exactly what has happened here?
Well, what happened here, there's been a real movement among city councils across Ontario to have accountability for councillors. Traditionally, there wasn't much that could be done if they misbehaved, if they stole something, if they lied, if they cheated in some way that was really detrimental to the municipality. There was no way to hold them to account. And there has come into force a whole series of accountability motions where there's an officer who looks at an incident and says, yes, what you did was really inappropriate. That's referred to council. Council then votes on it. But in this case, it is a case where a councillor did something, took a political stand that was not agreed with by much of council, and they decided to punish her, from all I can tell, through that accountability, those accountability rules.
Yeah, that to me seems like a gross abuse of that office, of the accountability office. I appreciate, ethical violations, theft, things like that. But this seems so subjective. You're a lawyer, Michelle. Is this appropriate? Is this allowed?
Well, to be honest, I think that the council should actually seek legal advice from a lawyer because I'm not quite sure. Unfortunately, the story was reported, but the details weren't provided. And I think that the details is really, really important here because it just seems on the face of it, it doesn't make sense. Like you said, it just doesn't make sense. It seems that people have enriched what she was trying to do to suit a cause or a point that they're trying to do to punish her. So for me, I think details are very important. I think she should seek legal counsel because this doesn't make sense. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and there's reasons why some people want a certain services done and certain services not done. Plain and simple, right?
And there seems to be a trend, a growing trend, where various municipalities have councillors or even the public putting forward motions to say, you know what, we're kind of sick of all the flag drama. Let's only fly the Ontario flag or the Canadian flag or the municipal flag. So this is not the first exposure we've had to someone's putting forward a motion, or in this case, she hadn't even put it forward. She couldn't even get a seconder, so it wasn't put forward. But what I found interesting is that there is this one individual who seems to be the judge, jury, and executioner in the municipality. And that doesn't seem fair. As you said, Michelle, I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, I guess, unless you live in this municipality and you have this guy determining it for you. Is that
exactly. But I think really that she should get legal advice here because I think what happened, unless more details that weren't provided on the news, I think what happened here is a misappropriation of power.
And is that, I mean, you're very involved in municipal politics. You definitely keep a very close eye on municipal politics, Mike. Is this a new trend now? Is this the way we shut down debate? We just use the accountability office?
It really has become that way. And the victims of this tend to be either unpopular councillors or councillors with unpopular opinions. The reality is, if you get into trouble, even with the accountability office in many municipalities, but you're popular amongst your colleagues, it still comes to a vote at council, and the council will vote to minimize any problems. If you're not popular with your colleagues, then it is blown up, as it was in this case, where it's simply a policy disagreement that has caused her to lose a number of weeks worth of pay.
So, and I don't assume that she doesn't even care about the pay, so that's not even a big factor, although it is, significant nonetheless. Where does that leave political candidates who might want to seek out office to stand up on issues that may not be so popular, be it a building development or rezoning? Mike, are we basically sending a message to candidates, you know what, you need not apply if you're not with the majority?
Well, it's a huge issue, and even if you have minority points of view, you're going to have to find a way to work with your colleagues because if they choose not to work with you, it'll be nothing but a misery the whole time you're there.
Okay, we're going to pick up some more topics in just a few moments when we return from this commercial break. Stick around.